Good evening. Happy Thursday. I'm Chris Rosima. I am your guide for this essential oils class, Oils and Emotions. And I want to thank you for joining me. Whether you pop on in person or you wait and watch this later on our YouTube channel, I really appreciate that you're here and that you're spending some time learning about these really powerful little bottles of plant extracts and plant energy. Tonight's workshop is a really important one because emotions can be difficult and sometimes even scary. Whether you're a child or an adult, emotions can be scary. And it's so much easier to suppress our emotions than to identify and recognize them, to feel them, and to ultimately process them. The thing is that the ability to recognize, feel, process, and release emotions will actually enable you to function in a more positive and successful state so that you can live the life that you create and that you want to create. So that's what tonight is all about. So let's get started. I just want to welcome you again and say that I appreciate that you're here. I know you have lots of things that take up your time and that learning about essential oils may be way down on your list of things to do. But having a basic knowledge of what these oils can do for you and for your family really does give you a set of tools and responses that you can use in times of high need and high stress. We learn about and develop emotions from birth through early childhood and onward. And so that this means that we help children learn to recognize their emotions and to process their emotions. It's really one of the most powerful gifts that you can give to children as a parent or a caregiver. But it also means that if you didn't fully develop and utilize effective techniques to process your emotions, you may have some catching up to do. And even if you did, sometimes traumatic events in our lives necessitate us rethinking, relearning, trying new things so that we can process the emotions that we have in our daily life. So don't worry. I'm going to give you some easy tools to learn to process your emotions in a super healthy way. Okay. I am also going to share in this class some popular essential oils that can be used with various emotions. I'll also share some different techniques to make using your oils more effective and more effective for people of all ages, from children to seniors. Again, you have to remember, I am not a doctor. I am not here to diagnose or cure or treat any illnesses. If you need to feel comfortable about using essential oils, please speak to your healthcare provider and create a plan between you. Okay, so let's get going. So when we're talking about emotions, we must mention the limbic system. I know I've mentioned it on our my Facebook group, but the limbic system is a system of nerves and networks in our brain that controls basic emotions and drives. It's the emotional brain. It's where memories are stored. It supports 5 major functions: emotions, behavioral motivation, long-term memory, and the sense of smell. So let's talk about that again. The limbic system is our emotional brain, and it supports emotions, behavioral motivation, long-term memory, sense of smell. Behavior and motivation, and sense of smell. And essential oils can be used to tap directly into that limbic system and stimulate memories and emotions. Because as you inhale essential oils, the tiny molecules that's in them enter your nasal cavity and pass by your olfactory bulb. Okay, you might have heard of that. The olfactory bulb is part of your limbic system, and it's what helps you smell smells. And therefore, because essential oils go past your olfactory bulb and into your limbic system, your response to an aroma is going to be an emotional one, before it can be a rational one. Isn't that cool? This is really great news, because what it means is that you can use essential oils to recall memories, both good and bad. And if they're bad, you can use the oils to help you release those memories. Because those memories get stored in your body, and it will help you process and move past them. Now, we all come regularly into contact with reactions from smells. You walk into the house at dinner and you smell your favorite meal, your emotions are immediately triggered. You might have fond memories of meals that you have shared. You might feel joy. You might smell, if you smell the cologne your grandfather used to use, that triggers emotional responses based on your relationship. If you had a good relationship, you might feel emotions that like love and joy. If you had a bad relationship, or you passed away, you might feel anger or sadness. So that's a bit about the science behind why essential oils are so good for this. And we're going to talk about how you can use them. But just remember that essential oils go directly through our nasal cavity, our olfactory bulb, and into our limbic system, into our emotional brain. And we can use that immediate contact to our benefit. Okay. So let's just start by talking about some blends. So we'll talk about Harmony. So Harmony is a blend of sacred sandalwood, lavender, ylang ylang, frankincense, orange, angelica, hyssop, Spanish sage, black spruce, coriander, bergamot, lemon, jasmine, Roman chamomile, palmarosa, and rose. You don't have to go and buy all of those individual oils. You can just buy Harmony. And it contains oils that have scents that provide an uplifting aromatic experience, okay? And what you can do with something like Harmony is you can create some positive affirmations and use those affirmations to make this oil even more powerful. Because if you connect a positive thought to a physical smell, you will begin to connect the two and establish a more intentional experience. Much like walking in and smelling dinner or smelling the cologne of your grandfather, you can actually use this to create an intentional experience. Okay, so you can, if you need information about affirmations, I can send you some really good information and links on how to create good affirmations. But we all know them, like I am safe, I am strong, I am loved. You can create them for yourself, and then you can use an essential oil to lock that into your emotional memory. Okay, so how do you use it? Okay, well, you can diffuse 4 to 6 drops of Harmony up to 1 hour, 3 times a day. And what that does is it gets a consistent smell into your home. And Harmony is perfect to diffuse because it helps keep peace in your home. It creates harmony in your home. And diffusing it means that all the members in your household have access to it. You can diffuse this around children to keep the atmosphere where they are light and fun. You can diffuse it with you and your husband to create a sense of peace and harmony between the two of you. Now, for some other types of use, you could apply 2 to 4 drops to your collarbone area, and use your affirmation when you put it on, because then it filters up into your olfactory system. And the nice thing about this blend is dilution is not required unless you have like super sensitive skin. So you could always just try it on a piece of some skin that if it had a little bit of reaction, you would notice. But it is a very safe oil to try, non-diluted. And so the suggested affirmation with Harmony is, I am one with all. So you would put that oil in a couple places along your collarbone. You would say the affirmation, I am one with all, and take a deep breath of this amazing oil blend. Okay, so that's one way. That's one use of an oil blend to create an atmosphere, an emotional atmosphere in your home. Okay, so then here's another blend, and these blends are all in the in a package. You can buy them individually, or you can buy them all as one bundle, and we'll get to that in a bit. So forgiveness. Okay, I don't know if you've ever had to forgive someone, but often it is not easy. And sometimes it really feels more painful than actually forgiving them feels more painful than the wound that we suffered. And we can carry with us some grudges and some sense of being wronged. And as Marianne Williamson will tell you, without forgiveness, or sorry, there is no peace without forgiveness. So if you want peace in your life, and your life is probably full of relationships, you probably have times that you've needed to forgive. And when we're bothered a lot by the actions of other people, you know, in our past, you can end up being filled with anger or hate or resentment. It's just very difficult to live with this, because you have to carry it around, and it impacts your whole life and your whole being. So forgiveness essential oil is a great way to release all the negative emotions from you and your inner body, and to begin the healing process. Okay. And so one very useful technique for forgiveness is to do deep breathing with it. So I would put it in the palm of my hand, cup my hands, rub my hands together, cup them over my nose, and breathe in deeply. And you can have a mantra, like an affirmation around this to help you. And it's really very easy to do, because you can just stop what you're doing and take a slow, deep inhale. Expand your lungs fully, fill them up with air and forgiveness. And then just release your breath as slowly as you took it in. And repeat this a couple more times. It calms you down. It brings you back to grounding, and it makes you feel better. So in forgiveness, there's also a lot of oils. The first one is sesame oil, so that is the carrier oil. But then there's Melissa, geranium, frankincense, Royal Hawaiian sandalwood, coriander, angelica, lavender, bergamot, lemon, ylang ylang, jasmine, helichrysum, Roman chamomile, palmarosa, and rose. And this combination really is put together to provide an aroma that supports an ability to forgive yourself and others while letting go of negative emotions. And this is a really important part of personal growth, this being able to let go of the past. So you can use this topically, like I said, on your hands to smell, inhale. You can put it on, and typically what is recommended with forgiveness is that you apply 2 to 4 drops directly on your right rib cage, or the center of your right foot. And those 2 places are important chakra points, important pressure points. And dilution isn't required as well with this one, except unless you have extremely sensitive skin. Or you can diffuse 4 to 6 drops of forgiveness up to 1 hour, 3 times a day. Might be helpful while you're working to have this diffusing so that it can work on you subconsciously. There's a very good affirmation that we could say with this one. I learn from all of life's experiences, or you could make up your own, depending on your situation. But this is the oil if you really need to forgive so that you can move on. Okay, so let's look at another one. So inner child. So this is the oil that you want to use when you are asking yourself fundamental existential questions like, who am I? And you may have wondered about this, who am I, at various points in your life as you transition from childhood to teenager or teenager to adult, when you're graduating from college and going out in the world, or you're leaving home for the first time, or when you're changing careers, when you're ending a relationship or starting one, you do actually need to figure out who it is you are as a person, what your values are. And especially when you're getting married or going into a deep relationship, you need to know who you are so that you can be that fullness of a person for the other person. And the beautiful, sweet fragrance of inner child actually helps encourage you to connect with your authentic self. And I know it sounds odd, but like I said, your olfactory, your smell sense is connected to that emotional, memory-laden brain, and it triggers feelings. Okay, so in order to connect you with your authentic self, inner child uses a blend of orange, tangerine, ylang-ylang, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, jasmine, lemongrass, spruce, bitter orange, and neroli. And these help stimulate memory responses that can connect you to your own identity. And the first thing that can help is to help you find emotional balance. All of those citruses can help you find emotional balance. So how do you use this one? Well, you can dilute this with a drop of carrier oil. I like to use the V6 oil that Young Living sells, or you can use olive or avocado oil and apply to your earlobe as needed. Okay, so inner child goes on your earlobe. You can also diffuse it up to an hour 3 times a day. And the suggested affirmation for this one is, I release the past. We're going to come to another one that we're going to do some releasing, but this is about your past as a person. Okay. All right. So let's talk about present time. So this is about living in the present. I use present time quite a bit. I tend to live in the past, or I tend to live in the future, when I really should be reveling and focusing on the present. So I use present time quite a bit, actually, because what it is, everything is in the now with present time. And present time, to help us stay grounded in the here and now, contains sweet almond, which is a lovely oil, bitter orange, black spruce, ylang-ylang, and just those 4 things. And it's absolutely amazing. And when you diffuse present time, it helps you to focus on what you're doing, where you're doing it in the now, which is really important. You don't drift to what ifs and what happened, and you stay focused in the now so that you can get past the past and move forward. But you're not living in the past or the future, you're living in the now. It was really, Gary Young created it to help bring people into the moment. And it's a wonderful thing to pair with meditation to get you grounded in the now. Okay. Because meditation is a practice of turning inward and bringing awareness to what is happening in the moment. And this blend is actually perfect for meditation as you focus on your breath, your body awareness, and your present thoughts. And it helps you to focus on those present thoughts. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful oil. This one, again, you can use topically. You can apply 2 to 4 drops directly to the area 2 inches below your belly button. So your kind of sacral chakra. You don't need to dilute it, except unless you have really sensitive skin, or you can diffuse 4 to 6 drops up to 30 minutes 3 times a day. And that's a really nice way to use it when you're meditating, is to diffuse it close to you. And a great mantra, affirmation, however you want to call it, for this one is, I see clearly. Okay. It's a very good oil. I love present time. And here's another one that I have used quite a bit as I transition into, through various phases of life. And I find that I have things that I really need to let go of. Release essential oil is a wonderful oil to let it go. It's a blend of ylang-ylang. It has olive oil as a carrier. It has lavandin, which is a hybrid version of lavender, and it's because of very specific properties of lavandin compared to lavender. It also has geranium, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, grapefruit, tangerine, spearmint, lemon, blue cypress, davana, kaffir lime, ocotillo, jasmine, chamomilla racuta, blue tansy, and rose. Like I said, all of these oils, you don't have to buy individuals because you can get a blend where it's all come together in a perfect harmony in order to stimulate the emotional work that you want to do. It really, release gives a really nice, beautiful, relaxing aroma, and it allows you to let go of anger and frustration. That is so big with release. And it also helps to promote harmony and balance when it's diffused. So you can diffuse this for balance. You can wear it topically. And this one in particular helps teenagers, because teenagers are emotional creatures, and there's a lot of changes and hormones going on in their body, and they're transitioning from childhood to adulthood, and really often struggle with wanting to be both children and adults. They struggle with being dependent on their parents, wanting to be independent, still wanting to be at home. There's all kinds of emotions racing around through them, and they also often feel overwhelmed by all of the emotional and physical changes that they're experiencing. So communicating your love for your child is effective and helps when you use release, because it helps tone down their overwhelm and their frustration. And giving tools, teens tools that can help them deal with an unwanted emotion, a tool to release unwanted emotions, can be really helpful in creating and raising an emotionally healthy teenager. So you allow them to process, they learn how to process emotions in a healthy manner. So a couple of the things that we can do here to help them learn, you can use different kinds of movement in various forms of intensity to release different emotions. I worked in a place once where we often said that when the hands are busy, the mouth can work and the brain disengages. So you can have deep conversations without a feeling of embarrassment or fear, because the hands are busy, there's some movement going. But many people also find high intensity things like sports successful in relieving stressors and frustrations, while other people find things like yoga or a good walk good for releasing anxious feelings. But diffusing release is also another effective tool that you can use, and you can teach your teen to use that to diffuse release to help them process and release emotions such as anger and resentment or guilt. If you have a diffuser in your teen's bedroom, give them the tools and the opportunity to choose from these lovely oils, to decide how they want to work, what they want to work on in terms of their emotional regulation. It's a very empowering process. There's a great affirmation that goes with release. I let go with ease and grace. I think that's just beautiful. I let go with ease and grace. So it's just a lovely oil to help get you through probably some high intensity emotional times. You can also put 2 to 4 drops of it below your throat, right above your clavicle. So just kind of in here. Here's your clavicle here, but just above here, you can put 2 to 4 drops there, and just inhale. You can diffuse 4 to 6 drops up to an hour, 3 times a day. And these are just suggestions. You can play around with whatever it is that you need to do with them. They're super safe. And then there's Valor. Valor is honestly one of the most powerful oils I have ever used in my life, and I carry it with me wherever I go, because Valor is courage in a bottle. And the phrase inhale courage, exhale fear, this should be on the label of Valor. And courage is something that can come in small forms and in large ones. You know, the courage to get on that school bus for the first time, the courage to do a presentation at work, the courage to have a vast dream, start a family, build your own business, leave your job. You know, all of these things require huge courage, and Valor can help you process the emotions around that kind of thing. And valor is actually an easy way to inhale courage and exhale fear. So diffuse valor when you're needing inspiration and calming aromas in an area, but I apply it topically daily, a couple times a day at least. I mean, I do inhale it because I put it in my hand and inhale, but I'll put it on my neck. I'll put it on my brain stem where my primitive brain is, because your primitive brain is that thing that's firing off the fight, flight, freeze, cortisol chemicals. And sometimes it's just the need for some courage to help calm that feeling down. So you can put it on your body, you can diffuse it. It's a beautiful, beautiful oil. It is a blend of black spruce, camphor, and blue tansy, frankincense, and geranium. There's not a lot of oils in valor, but those oils are powerful. Black spruce, camphor, blue tansy, frankincense, and geranium. It's absolutely amazing. If you've never smelled valor, you need to buy a bottle and carry it with you. It is unbelievable. You can diffuse it. You can apply it directly to your left shoulder blade. That's where the recommendation is from Gary Young, who is the founder of Young Living and the researcher extraordinaire behind all of these amazing oils. The affirmation that comes with valor is, I come from my strength, which is beautiful. I come from my strength, and it will help you have courage and determination despite difficult situations that you're in. So now we're going to just talk a little bit about the aroma freedom technique. Now there's a whole process that uses essential oils to gently shift your awareness away from negative thoughts and feelings and memories, and to initiate a positive outlook and attitude. And then this actually results in greater confidence and some amazing inner freedom. Because when we're no longer stuck in negative mindsets, we're actually free to create the life that we deserve and that we desire. All right. So aroma freedom is a long 12-step process. It's another tool. There are many certified aroma freedom therapists, technicians that you can access to help you through this. I do have some literature on this process, but it's super simple, and you can do variations of it on yourself. It starts with you setting an intention or a goal that you would like to achieve, and one that you don't believe is very attainable. And you rate your intention on a scale of 1 to 10. And you move through a series of steps actually that incorporates your essential oils, and those allow you to move through different emotions around the limiting beliefs that gave you the rating on your intention scale. So if you rated it a 4, there's a lot of negative beliefs that you're having about your goal that you can move through as you are smelling these essential oils. You can use any oils. You can use Stress Away, frankincense, lavender, peppermint, thieves, whatever oils that you have or want. You can use those to help tap into your deepest memories and emotions and release them to foster growth. But you can also use the oils that we've talked about tonight, which are in the feelings kit. Now the feelings kit is all of these oils in one kit. And because it's in one place, it's very easy then to work through your emotional needs. You've got everything all at once. They're very powerful blends, and when they come together, you can absolutely break through the hardest, most difficult emotions and memories, and begin to adopt new habits and thoughts around those situations. Now, these oils you can buy separately, but you're going to pay probably twice the amount that the feelings kit costs. And I think the feelings kit is around $180 US. You can only buy it through the US store, but you can get it in Canada. But the wonderful thing is that you can use points on this kit. So today, because I wanted to get the kit, the box with all of the curated oils in it, I ordered this today and I used my points and I paid $8 in shipping. So I'm going to get 200 US in oils for free because I have points, because I use Essential Rewards, and every month I get points back. So I'm getting this kit for free. And the reason that I wanted it is because I want to be able to show people what it looks like and how powerful it actually is. And to have them all in one place in one nice little box will be brilliant. It'll be lovely. And talking about price, there's a couple of ways that you can pick up, that you can purchase Young Living products that are at varying rates. You can pay retail if you want. Why would you pay full price when you can place an order of 100 PV, which is product value, and get 24% off for a year on all your products? So immediately you get 24% off. Then, like I said, if you order products on Essential Rewards, which is a subscription program, just like Amazon runs a subscription program now, you get points back based on the value of the products that you buy every month into your account to use on other purchases. Not other subscription purchases, but other regular ones. So for instance, today when I ordered the Feelings kit, my Essential Rewards points covered the entire cost of the oils, and I just paid shipping. So I recommend to everybody that they put things that they are going to use every day, like Thieves toothpaste and deodorant and vitamins, on a subscription order and save up the points to buy things like this. The other thing I buy on my subscription points is Ningxia Red. And I get most of my Ningxia Red for free, and I just pay shipping. So there are ways of getting these powerful products into your home that are not going to break your bank account. And if you want to know more about that, send me a PM and I can walk you through it. The nice thing about this subscription program is you can change it every single month. You don't have to get the same things every month. You can change it depending on what it is that you need in your house, in your home, in your body, for your family. You're not obligated to buy the same thing every month. So that is really cool. You can also change the delivery date, the processing date. So if this month you have a paycheck on the 15th and next month it's not, it's on the 12th, you can change the dates around depending on what works best for you. It's very flexible and super generous. So that is my talk about emotions and essential oils. I want to thank you for spending some time with me to learn more about how you can support some pretty deep emotions and memories with these amazing essential oils, and how you can start to shift ones that are no longer serving you, or things that you need to release, or even learn who you are more as a person. And I can't say enough about the intense quality in these little bottles, and how the limbic system is there for us to use as a tool to help make our lives significantly better. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next Thursday. In the meantime, check out New Perspective Oilers on Facebook, where I'm going to post a link to this class as soon as I can get it uploaded to YouTube. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me.